Hello again from Centre de Langue Horizon, Horizons Language Center. Today I'd like to talk about pronunciation, diction, and accents. Yes, I have an accent, so does the Queen of England, so does an Aussie, a guy from Australia, and that's typical and that's normal and there's nothing to worry about or feel inferior about. I grew up in Eastern Europe. I learned my English by the BBC. I had horrible teachers of English in high school, but I persisted. In the meantime, my only motivation for learning English was pop music, and I listened to tons of it and I learned an awful lot from it, and it's all American sounding. In case you wonder what happens, it's one of the biggest mysteries of the world. Why do all these people sound American once they start singing? I don't know. If you know, please tell me. Let me know. I have no idea why. All the Brits, all the Dutch, everybody who sings in a perfect American accent. Then they start talking in an interview and you go, oh, wow, how British of you, sir. So I have an accent. So does the Queen of England. So does Arnold Schwarzenegger, and that's what makes him an unforgettable Terminator with I'll be back. If he said it in a perfect accent, that wouldn't be his catchphrase, would it? Don't be concerned about your accent. It's your fingerprint. It's what makes you different and unique. And it formed in a different way. Most of the time you adopt the accent of your first teacher because you're mimicking pronunciation. You repeat what you hear. It's also possible to get your accent from your surroundings or to change it over time because you moved from here to there and you started sounding more like people around you. It's a natural process, I guess. And I have good news for those of you who are musical. You will sound better in your surroundings. You'd be that chameleon who can completely merge into his surroundings, because music and language are very much the same thing. If you're good with music, you will mimic perfectly what you hear and you will sound like people around you. Over time, it can be so well done that it could be hard to detect. In the meantime, listen to music, watch movies, repeat as much as you can. Try to not sound too pretentious, because when I came to Canada with my British English 17 years ago, people would say thank you and I would say something like not at all, which was the proper way I learned it, and they said, who are you, the Queen? So I learned to say my pleasure, don't mention it, is still too British, so no, I don't do that. I say for nothing, you're welcome, and sound more natural. Remember, as soon as you stop being so self-conscious about your accent, you're going to get better, and nobody cares about your accent anyway, because they understand what you're saying, because you have great vocabulary, because you have that perfectly great way of expressing your thoughts. You know your idiomatic expressions, you know your phrasal verbs, you know your grammar tenses and how to use them. And well, if you don't, we're open 6 days a week, and you can give us a call, send us an email, and come and work on the weak aspects of your English. We'll be very happy to help you. I'm the only one here who's not a native speaker. Native speaker, I'll put it like this, because speaking a language doesn't mean you can teach it, but all the rest of the teachers here are native speakers and also certified teachers. I'm the only one with a native proficiency, but not born and raised in English surroundings. So